Here's how we generated $35,000 in additional projected revenue to Tamie M. Joyce, a life, mindset, and sort of relationships coach within just 14 days. And we did it all with something we call the demo of our full funnel, our automated conversion system that we do for our clients. If you know, here at Dolgov Scaling, that's our main offer. However, when clients come to us, they struggle with the smaller parts of their business and kind of the first part of that full funnel, which, if you know, the first part of any full funnel is traffic. So here, Tamie was already actually getting pretty good traffic for her high ticket offers, but who can't use more sales? You know, everyone could use more sales. So we did a demo of our funnel, which included some traffic drivers into her offer before diving into the full funnel, right? And here's exactly the results she got, how she did it, and the full breakdown behind it. This is Tamie's website, Tamie's YouTube page. She's pretty big, has around 315,000 subscribers. Her Instagram, I have her posts that we did pulled up for her. She has around 20,000 on here. And then, of course, the breakdown of how we actually did it. Tamie here had some good traction, and she still has some good traction on her audiences, right? Her YouTube, her Instagram, and her email list, which I can't pull up because of personal details, but she has around 15,500 people on her email list, and I'll get more into that in a second. What we did for her is traffic drivers, as I said. It was emails, also repurposed as YouTube community posts, also repurposed as Instagram posts to hit every channel in the best way possible. And here's the strategy behind it. First, we did 7 days worth of emails, and of course these were uploaded to YouTube and Instagram as well. The structure was, first was a value belief shifting email to kind of help people get in the right mind frame to buy her high ticket offering, which, by the way, is a $2,500 program called TFC. Then for the second email, we did a value deeper belief shift. It kind of spins off the last email and goes deeper into the mind, closer to buying the program. What you'll see with our strategy is it's not like a 10% off our program or a hurry, there's only 5 slots left type of promotion. It's really digging deep into the reader's mind to see, okay, what's keeping them from buying and how can we shift those beliefs and make them the type of person that will then buy. And that's why you'll also see very high call conversions in a second when I break that down. Third is a side-by-side you'll be unsubscribed email. Basically, we did a little segmentation for Tamie because of those 15,500 people on her list, around 6,000 were inactive. They haven't opened an email in over a year. So we did a side-by-side email saying you'll be unsubscribed to get them to resubscribe back to the list and get these emails afterward. Then for the fourth email, we did value leading into an external source like a YouTube video, and we also created a ritual. What does this mean? One, we had them watch a YouTube video to get deeper into Tamie's content. We redirected into there. And second, as a bonus, we gave them kind of like a ritual to do. What does that even mean? We gave them a 5-10 minute routine to do every single day. And this got Tamie deeper into their lives, right? Because if you do something for 5-10 minutes every day and it originates from a certain person, subconsciously, you're now closer to that person. They affect your life a lot more. So this got her audience to be more of like a cult-like following, so that they then, of course, bought. And then this was also ran side by side with the you'll be unsubscribed email. For the warm content on Instagram and YouTube, we, of course, didn't include the you'll be unsubscribed side by side because it wouldn't make sense. So that was just for the email list. Number 5, value and deepest belief shifting snapping into problem state. What this means is they haven't heard about the program at all yet. They might have seen it, but in this email sequence specifically, we haven't mentioned it once. So how do we prep them to hear about it and buy? We need the deepest value and deepest belief shifting right before the pitch to get them to be the person who buys when they see that next email. How I do that is a whole other conversation, a whole other video that I will kind of break down a bit later. Also snapping into a problem state. In addition to getting them to be the type of person who buys, we have to get them into a problem state. It can't just be all rainbows and sunshine. You have to have a problem to buy a solution. So we make them aware of their problem, tell them why it impacts their lives and what happens if they don't solve it, right? Because then they'll be more willing to buy a solution. 6th, pitch to TFC story style. This was, I'll pull it up in a second, either a personal transformation or a client transformation, and it was a full story pretty long. And then the call to action was to buy Tammie's program, because that's how people buy, through a story transformation, a solution, people they relate to, and then it got sent to the checkout page or a discovery call, my bad. Then the 7th email was a PAS, which is like a Pain Amplify Solution style email to push over into the TFC program. What this meant was it's a final sort of like future pacing, mostly what happens if you don't, and then of course cranking the pain of where they are now. So future pacing, you'll see we also did here. I'll get to that in a second. But this was mostly like, hey, you're in this situation. If you don't solve it, this will happen. And think about how painful it is to be in that situation now. This got her 95 clicks into her discovery call booking, but we didn't track the calls and sales we got from it. Unfortunately, there wasn't a link to track it. But we wanted to see, because we were curious, how many sales we got from it, of course, right? So we ran an additional 3 emails. I did it for her because she was also a bit unsure. She's like, yes, I got an increase in sales, but I want to make sure that, of course, what you're doing works. So can you run a few more for me? I said, of course. So we did some bonus emails for her, some bonus posts. And what I did for these was it was a different angle pushover into the TFC. Basically taking them from a different problem or a different angle for those people who respond to that best. So if we talked about a problem with their mindset up here, we could talk about a different mindset issue, or like a life issue, how it applies to the broader picture of things in this email right here. Then the second bonus one was a testimonial email angle, which is pretty much, hey, it worked for this person, this person, and this person. So why wouldn't it work for you? Everyone thinks that their situation is too complex, too unique, but we work with all situations, so click here to buy. Third is all similar to this. You'll find that it's pretty common to put these as the last step of a pitch. It's a future-pacing email. What happens if you don't take action now? Again, slightly different than this one, because we can't repeat it, of course. And this got her 16 clicks. This time we actually tracked it, so she got 2 calls. And like I said, those were 100% close rate. She got 2 sales at $2,500 each, so $5,000 money in within 3 days, 3 emails. And the good part about this is that, like I said, we pre-sell them and pre-qualify them with these emails, so that when they hopped on a call with her, she didn't have to be a professional salesman to get them to buy her program. It's just like, hey, I'm Tamie, here's the program. Yes, it's what you heard about in the emails, and she collected payment, right? That's all it is. So if you do the math, it's about 1 sale per 8 clicks. So from these 95 clicks, it's projected that we got an additional 12 clients for her. So in total, these 12 clients plus these 2 clients is 14 clients at $2,500 each, which is roughly, could be a little more, could be a little less, $35,000 revenue added in just under 2 weeks for Tammie's business. Now, all of this is what we did for her, right? This is the strategy that we did for her. This is what the posts look like. As you could see, again, they're not pitching. It's more of value. It's more of story, long form to target the right people. And we actually started her community posts up a bit, which is good. This is YouTube. She didn't do community posts before this. As you could see, it's not crazy engagement, but we kind of built it up for her over time and got more and more people to engage. Now you could see on her posts, she gets at least like 100 likes per post, which is good. This is all what we did. This is the language that we used, the images that we used, right? But how did we actually do it? How did we find out the psychological breakdown behind everything we wrote? How did we schedule it in this sort of style, in this sequence? How did we even find out how to schedule it like that, right? Why did we determine that it was best? If you want me to break all of that down for you, then I've attached a link down below to schedule a quick call. Whether you're not getting enough traction in your sales or you're already getting a great amount of sales, you just want more, kind of like Tamie did, then something like this would be perfect for you. It is a lower budget project. It is something that is designed to get you some quick sales before doing a full sort of automated system to get clients on autopilot like you see on the rest of our page. If that's something you're open to and open to hearing about, then like I said, I've attached a link. Pick a time that works for you. It'll ask a few short questions, answer those questions, and I look forward to talking with you soon. And also, I know this is in Loom. You can drop a comment down below if this helped you out, or if you have any questions about this strategy, what we did for her in general. I'll also pop up a quick WhatsApp message on the screen there we go. And that is just Tamie confirming everything, getting the calls as a direct result of our efforts. So book a call, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.